The Smiths' lives transform into a whirlwind of joyous chaos with Max's arrival. Every day brings a new adventure or a delightful mishap, turning their once quiet home into a hub of energy and laughter. Max's enthusiasm knows no bounds, whether he's darting through the sprinklers in the backyard, leaving everyone soaked and laughing, or enthusiastically digging up the flower beds Sarah carefully planted. Despite his mischief, Max's antics never fail to bring smiles, even as they patch up muddy paw prints or replant overturned pots. Michael finds himself learning to balance his days between the clinic and home, often returning to be greeted by a flying blur of golden fur. Max seems to sense Michael's love for animals, following him around with an endearing curiosity. Sometimes Michael brings Max to his clinic, where the puppy's bright, wagging presence puts even the most anxious pets at ease. Max, in his own way, becomes a little ambassador of joy, helping Michael connect even more deeply with his clients. Sarah, ever the artist, finds unexpected inspiration in Max. She starts sketching him during his quiet moments, those rare instances when he curls up in a sunny corner, his golden coat glistening, or tilts his head curiously at a bird outside the window. Her paintings shift to include scenes of Max frolicking in meadows or napping beside Emily. Max becomes her muse, and his infectious spirit breathes new life into her art, which soon captivates her patrons and earns her newfound recognition. For Emily, Max is not just a pet. He's her best friend and partner in countless escapades. They explore every nook and cranny of the neighborhood together, Max bounding ahead and Emily following close behind, their laughter echoing down the streets. She teaches Max to fetch sticks, roll over, and even high-five, though the process often involves more flopping and tail-wagging than actual success. On rainy days, the two can be found sprawled on the living room floor, with Emily reading stories aloud as Max listens intently, or at least pretends to. The family's weekends transform into adventures centered around Max. Trips to the park become the highlight of their week, with Max darting after frisbees, splashing through ponds, and making fast friends with every dog and human he meets. They even take a road trip to a nearby lake, where Max's first swim becomes a spectacle of joyful splashes, laughter, and a very soggy car ride home. As time passes, Max's personality shines brighter, revealing a dog with an incredible ability to sense emotions. On days when Michael or Sarah feel stressed, Max seems to know, resting his head on their laps or nudging their hands for a reassuring pat. For Emily, he's a source of comfort on tough school days, always ready to snuggle up and lick away her worries. Through Max, the Smiths discover new ways to connect, not just with each other but with the world around them. They befriend neighbors during evening walks, join local dog meetups, and even start a blog to share Max's adventures, which quickly gains a loyal following. The Smith family, once content in their routine, now finds joy in the unpredictable, all thanks to their golden-furred whirlwind of happiness. Max isn't just a puppy, he's a beacon of love and energy that binds the family closer together. Through him they learn that even the simplest moments, a wagging tail, a playful bark, or a shared cuddle, can hold the greatest joys. With Max, life is messier, louder, and more unpredictable, but also richer, brighter, and filled with an endless supply of love. The stormy night that brought Luna into the Smiths' lives becomes a cherished story they tell for years to come. In the days that follow, Luna begins to adjust to her new surroundings, though it takes time for her to fully trust her rescuers. She's small and timid, often hiding beneath furniture or in the cozy corners of the house, her sharp blue eyes peeking out cautiously. Emily, however, is determined to make Luna feel at home. Armed with patience and love, she spends hours coaxing the kitten with gentle words, soft strokes, and treats that Luna hesitantly begins to accept. Max, on the other hand, is utterly fascinated by Luna. He follows her around, tail wagging, his large golden frame towering over her delicate gray one. At first, Luna hisses and swats at him with her tiny paws, her defensive instincts on high alert. But Max, ever the gentle giant, never retaliates. Instead, he lies down nearby, his posture calm and unthreatening, as if to reassure her that he means no harm. She doesn't reach for her gun, but instead suppresses a nervous laugh, rubbing her index finger on the side of her paws. His persistence pays off, and soon Luna begins to warm up to him. The first time she curls up beside him on the living room rug, the Smiths can't help but marvel at the bond forming between the unlikely pair. As weeks turn into months, Luna grows stronger and more confident. Her once drenched and scruffy fur becomes soft and sleek, and her playful personality begins to shine. She loves darting around the house, her agile leaps and pounces bringing laughter to everyone who watches. Max, ever the patient companion, allows Luna to chase his tail, climb onto his back, and bat at his ears. Their games often end with the two of them napping together, a heartwarming sight that never fails to make Sarah reach for her sketch pad or camera. Aha! The Smith family's dynamic shifts in wonderful ways with Luna's arrival. Emily now has two companions in her adventures, Max, her loyal protector, and Luna, her curious sidekick. The trio becomes inseparable, exploring the backyard together, where Luna fearlessly climbs trees while Max and Emily cheer her on from below. Inside, they turn rainy days into cozy ones, with Emily reading stories aloud as Luna perches on her shoulder, and Max sprawls at her feet. Luna's presence also inspires Sarah's art in new and unexpected ways. She begins to paint vivid scenes of Max and Luna together, capturing their growing bond in tender, playful moments. One painting, depicting Luna curled up in Max's golden fur as they sleep by the fireplace, becomes a centerpiece in her gallery and earns widespread admiration. Sarah's art, infused with the joy and love of her family's life, begins to touch the hearts of others in ways she never imagined. For Michael, Luna brings a new dimension to his work as a veterinarian. Her rescue serves as a reminder of the vulnerability of animals and the impact of small acts of kindness. He shares Luna's story with his clients, using it to inspire them to adopt and care for animals in need. He even sets up a rescue wall in his clinic, showcasing photos and stories of pets who found loving homes, with Luna's picture and story taking center stage. As the seasons change, so do the adventures of the Smith family. From snowy winter days when Luna and Max playfully chase each other through flurries in the yard, to lazy summer afternoons spent lounging under the shade of the backyard oak tree, their lives are enriched by the simple yet profound joys their furry companions bring. One evening, as the family gathers on the porch to watch the sunset, Luna jumps onto Michael's lap, purring softly, while Max rests his head on Sarah's feet. Emily sits between them, her arms wrapped around both pets, her freckled face glowing with happiness. In that serene moment, it's clear that the storm that brought Luna to them was more than a wild night. It was a gift, a reminder of the beauty in second chances and the extraordinary bonds that form when love and compassion lead the way. Back at home, the Smith family is determined to make Luna feel safe and loved. Sarah carefully sets up a soft, warm bed by the fireplace, while Michael checks Luna for any injuries. The little kitten's trembling body is a sign of her fear, but Michael's gentle hands are comforting as he examines her. He finds a small wound on her paw, likely from the debris or brambles she had been trapped in during the storm. With practiced hands, Michael cleans the injury and applies ointment, murmuring soothing words as Luna hisses softly, her blue eyes filled with wariness. Emily, sitting nearby, watches anxiously, her heart aching for the frightened kitten. Luna, despite her injury, is clearly frightened of Max, who hovers nearby, tail wagging and eyes wide with curiosity. She hisses again and scurries behind the nearby couch, seeking refuge from the larger dog's presence. Max, however, is not deterred. His instincts tell him that Luna needs care, but he also understands that she is afraid. Rather than pushing the issue, he sits quietly by the couch, his large golden body relaxed and non-threatening. His tail wags gently, tapping the floor in a rhythmic motion, as if offering Luna a silent invitation to trust him. Emily watches, heart swelling with love for both Max and the kitten, knowing that patience is key. The turning point comes the following day. Max, ever the curious and playful dog, decides to bring one of his favorite toys, a squeaky ball, into the room where Luna is resting. He gently nudges it toward her, his soft eyes locked on her. At first, Luna watches from the shadows, her body tense with suspicion, but as the squeaky ball rolls toward her, something shifts. She eyes it with curiosity, her fear momentarily overshadowed by the playful movement of the toy. Tentatively, she bats at it with her small paw, and when it squeaks, a flicker of interest lights up her eyes. Max, seeing the kitten's reaction, wags his tail even more enthusiastically, taking a step back to give her space. He sits down, his posture relaxed and inviting, allowing Luna to take her time. Luna, now intrigued, takes a few cautious steps forward. She bats at the ball again, this time with more confidence. The squeak echoes in the quiet room, and Luna's tiny body begins to relax, the tension in her shoulders easing just a little. Claire says, Max, sensing her shift in mood, gives her more space and patiently watches her play. Over the next few days, Max's playful antics continued to break down Luna's walls. He brings her more toys, each time gently nudging them toward her with an encouraging wag of his tail. Luna, though still wary, begins to engage more with him. She starts to tentatively join in the games, darting around the room, her tiny feet barely making a sound on the hardwood floors. Max, in turn, remains gentle, never pushing too hard, allowing Luna to set the pace of their friendship. Emily, seeing the small progress, continues to support both animals with her loving care. Emily's own actions play a crucial role in Luna's healing. She spends hours sitting beside the kitten, offering treats, petting her gently, and whispering words of reassurance. Every evening, she hand-feeds Luna, her fingers steady as she offers small portions of soft food. Luna, still cautious, hesitates at first, but soon begins to eat from Emily's hand. Her trust in the young girl slowly deepening, Emily also creates a cozy little nest for Luna, a soft blanket-lined box placed beside Max's favorite resting spot by the fireplace. She hopes that by placing Luna so close to Max, they'll continue to bond and help each other feel safe. It doesn't take long before Luna begins to relax more around Max, and their interactions grow more playful. She ventures closer to him during their nap times, curling up beside him in the warmth of the fireplace. Max, ever the patient companion, lies still, letting Luna nestle into his fur. The two animals, so different in size and temperament, form an unlikely but beautiful friendship. Luna starts to trust Max completely, and in return, Max becomes even more protective of her. He always keeps a careful watch over her, whether they're playing or simply resting together. Sarah and Michael, seeing how the bond between Max and Luna has deepened, are overjoyed. They know that both animals have found something special in each other, a sense of safety, comfort, and companionship. The Smith family's home is now full of warmth, not only from the fire but from the growing connection between their two beloved pets. Their days are filled with laughter, the sound of toys squeaking, and the gentle purring of Luna as she curls up beside Max, her once fearful eyes now bright with trust. Together they have created a home where love, patience, and kindness thrive, and where even the smallest creatures can find a place to heal and flourish. As Luna grows stronger, her playful and adventurous side begins to shine through. She no longer hides behind furniture or retreats at every sound. Instead, she's exploring every nook and cranny of the house. Her curiosity knows no bounds. Emily and Max often find her investigating the laundry baskets, pouncing on shadows, or climbing to new heights, her little body darting about with an energy that's contagious. It's clear that Luna is growing into her own, and her world has expanded beyond the walls of the house. One bright, breezy afternoon, while the family is out in the garden, Luna seizes an opportunity. The window that Sarah had cracked open to let in the fresh air is wide enough for the small kitten to slip through. With her newfound agility, Luna quietly escapes, darting through the window and into the sprawling yard beyond. She ventures farther, drawn by the allure of the nearby forest, its towering trees, rustling leaves, and hidden corners calling to her adventurous spirit. Her tiny paws carry her deeper into the woods, where the world feels wide and full of mystery. It doesn't take long for the family to realize that Luna is missing. The garden is quiet, the kitten nowhere in sight. Emily's heart sinks as she calls out for her, her voice trembling with worry. "Luna?" she shouts, her voice growing more frantic. She looks around, her eyes darting over the familiar surroundings that now seem far too still. Sarah and Michael soon join in the search, their faces filled with growing concern. Max, sensing the urgency in the air, begins to pace, his nose to the ground, sniffing with heightened intensity. As panic sets in, Emily's heart aches. She feels the weight of the situation deeply. Her little kitten, out there in the vast wilderness, all alone. Max, however, seems determined to find her. His instincts kick in, and he begins sniffing the ground with focus, his tail stiff and ears perked. Max's deep bond with Luna is evident in his every movement, and it gives the family a glimmer of hope. The search leads them to the edge of the forest, where the trees loom like silent sentinels. The sky begins to dim, and the air grows heavy with the promise of nightfall. Despite the growing darkness, Max leads the way, his barks echoing through the trees, sharp and clear, urging the family to follow. Emily's breath quickens, and her hands tremble, but she holds on to Max's leash tightly, trusting him to lead them to Luna. The forest feels impossibly vast, the shadows lengthening as the sun dips lower behind the trees. The search becomes more frantic, each passing minute adding to their growing dread. Then, suddenly, Max stops, his body tense, and his nose twitching in the air. He lets out a low growl, a sound unfamiliar to the family. It's a warning. Emily's heart races as she looks ahead, following Max's line of sight. There, just a few feet ahead, is Luna. But she's not alone. A fox, its sleek body and sharp eyes glistening in the fading light, is circling Luna, its movements predatory and calculated. Luna is backed into a corner, her tiny body trembling with fear. She hisses, trying to fend off the fox with her claws, but she's too small, too frightened. Max's protective instincts kick into overdrive. With a loud guttural growl, he lunges forward, placing himself between the fox and Luna. His golden fur bristles as he stands tall, his stance firm and unyielding. The fox, startled by Max's sudden presence, hesitates, its eyes flickering between the dog and the kitten. Max's growls grow louder, fiercer, his body a barrier between Luna and the predator. In a tense standoff, the fox weighs its options. The air is thick with tension as the fox eyes Max, its instincts telling it to flee rather than face this determined defender. After a long moment, the fox retreats into the forest, its tail flicking nervously as it disappears into the shadows. The moment the threat is gone, Max turns to Luna, his posture softening. He approaches her cautiously, his tail wagging gently as he nudges her with his nose. Luna, though shaken, is unharmed. She blinks up at Max, her blue eyes wide with awe and gratitude. Max, ever the hero, gives her one last reassuring nudge before turning to lead the way back. The family rushes forward, Emily's breath caught in her throat as she runs to embrace both Max and Luna. She scoops the trembling kitten into her arms, her heart soaring with relief. Max, his tail wagging proudly, looks up at her, his eyes bright with the satisfaction of a job well done. Sarah and Michael exchange looks of amazement, their gratitude for Max's bravery and loyalty overwhelming. As they make their way back home, the forest now behind them, the family embraces their two brave companions. Max's heroism has not only saved Luna, but has deepened the bond between the two animals. Luna, once timid and frightened, is now safe, her trust in Max solidified by his actions. The Smith family, overwhelmed with gratitude, returns home, thankful for the courage of their furry friends and the love that continues to fill their lives. In the warmth of their home, as Max curls up beside Luna, the family reflects on the rescue mission that brought them even closer together. It was a night of fear and uncertainty, but it was also a reminder of the incredible loyalty, bravery, and love that animals have for one another, and for the people who care for them. Storm Chasers, Surviving Camels has been making its debut in the U.S., building relationships and inspiring empowerment for people who care for the animals. As the weeks go by, Luna and Max's bond deepens, growing into something truly inseparable. Every day they seem to find new ways to connect, whether it's chasing each other around the house in a game of tag, curling up together on the couch for long naps, or exploring the garden side by side. Max's protective nature and Luna's curious spirit complement each other perfectly. Max is always nearby, keeping a watchful eye on Luna while she fearlessly bounds ahead, her tiny paws pattering against the ground as she races through the grass. Their playful antics fill the house with laughter, and the sight of them together, Max's golden fur alongside Luna's sleek gray coat, is nothing short of heartwarming. In the garden, they work as a team, with Max keeping a careful watch as Luna inspects every flower bed and shrub, her bright blue eyes filled with wonder at the world around her. They share moments of joy as they discover new corners of the yard, from the towering oak tree where Luna likes to perch, to the patches of wildflowers that Max loves to sniff. It's clear that together, they make the perfect pair, Max, the steady protector, and Luna, the fearless adventurer. The Smith family's home has transformed into a lively sanctuary, buzzing with the sound of paws on the floor, soft purring, and the joyful laughter of Emily as she watches her two beloved pets. It's a home filled with love, where the family's lives revolve around the simple yet profound happiness of caring for one another, human and animal alike. The lessons of patience, empathy, and the power of connection are at the heart of their daily lives, as each day brings new moments of joy and discovery. One afternoon, as Emily sits at the kitchen table with her notebook, a thought strikes her. Her teacher has assigned a school project about the most important lessons she's learned, and Emily knows exactly what she wants to write about. She begins to carefully write down the story of Luna and Max, recounting their journey from their first meeting to the deep, unbreakable bond they share. She writes about how Max helped Luna heal from her fear, how Luna's playful energy brought out the best in Max, and how, together, they have taught the Smith family the true meaning of compassion, courage, and friendship. In her essay, Emily reflects on how Max's bravery saved Luna during the fox encounter, showing her that love isn't just about cuddling and playing. It's also about protecting those you care about, even in the face of danger. She writes about the power of kindness, and how one small act of rescuing an animal can lead to a lifetime of love and companionship. Emily also shares how Luna, despite her early fears, grew into a strong and confident kitten, thanks to the support of Max, the Smiths, and her own perseverance. The project becomes more than just an assignment. It's a celebration of the lessons that have shaped her life and the bond between her pets. The final scene of Emily's essay captures the essence of their story, a beautiful moment in time that encapsulates everything they've learned. The last paragraph reads, "On a sunny afternoon, with the scent of blooming flowers in the air, our family, Mom, Dad, Max, Luna, and me, sat together in the garden. Max lay stretched out on the grass, while Luna nestled close to him, her tiny body relaxed beside his larger frame. We laughed as they both playfully tumbled over each other, their joy contagious. In that moment, I realized that family isn't just about people. It's about the love and connection you share with those around you, whether they have 2 legs or 4. Our home is a place of adventure, laughter, and warmth, and I'm so grateful for the lessons Max and Luna have taught me about compassion, courage, and friendship." The story ends with Emily putting down her pen, a smile on her face as she looks out the window. Outside, the Smiths' garden is bathed in the golden glow of the late afternoon sun, a perfect scene of tranquility and happiness. Michael and Sarah sit nearby, watching their 2 pets play together. Max gently nudges Luna, as if reminding her of their shared adventures, and Luna pounces playfully in return, her tiny paws tapping Max's head in the sweetest of games. As the sun dips lower, the family gathers together, hearts full and intertwined, grateful for the love they share and the lessons they've learned. Their journey of generosity and bravery and the unexpected bond between a puppy and a kitten has changed them all in ways they never anticipated. The scene ends with Emily, surrounded by her family, feeling a deep sense of peace, knowing that their love will continue to grow, just like the friendship between Max and Luna. Together they've created a home filled with the kind of love and adventure that only the most extraordinary friendships can inspire. The story highlights the transformative power of compassion and bravery, showing how love and patience can heal fears and forge unbreakable bonds. It reminds us that true friendship transcends differences, teaching us the value of protecting and cherishing those we care about, no matter how small.